So welcome to Worke Maths Obama Tutor, which is grade 9 mathematics based on the new curriculum. Good. ባለፈው አመት ነው እንግዲህ ቲዩቶሪያል ከጀመርኩኝ በአጋጣሚ ከጀመርኩ በኋላ አዲሱ ካሪኩለም ይጀምራልና በአዲሱ ካሪኩለም መሰረት መጽሐፍቶቹ ይታተማሉ ተብለው ስንጠብቅ ነበር እና በዛ ምክንያት ኢንተራፕት አድርጌ አዲሱን መጽሐፍ ስጠብቅ በአጋጣሚ መጽሐፉም ዘገየ እኔም በዛው ጠፋው. Sorry for that interruption. Good. So today we are going to start grade 9 mathematics, which is based on the new curriculum, chapter 1, which is set theory. Okay. So chapter 1, which is set theory, right? Chapter 1, which is set theory. So እንደቀደመው ምንድነው የምናደርገው? መጀመሪያ የየቻፕተሮቹ basic concepts or definitions define እናደርግና እነሱ ላይ ኤግዛምፕል እንሰራለን, right? Because without definition impossible to understand mathematics ብለናል. Next exerciseዎቹን የየቻፕተሮቹን exercise ከመጽሐፋችሁ ከሌላም እንሰራለን. ስለዚህ ፕሊዝ ዘንድሮ 12ኛ ክፍል የሆነው ነገር ደግሞ እንዳይሆን 9ኛ ክፍሎች ከስር ጀምራችሁ እያንዳንዱን ኮንሴፕት እየተረዳችሁ መውጣት መቻል አለባችሁ. Good, follow me seriously. So, in this chapter, the very beginning question that should be answered is the definition of set. What is set? What do you mean by set means? So, what is a set that should be defined? The first thing. So, set ማለት ምን ማለት ነው? Definition, right? So, the short and precise definition of set is a collection of well-defined objects. That's all. So, set is the collection, right? The collection of, set is a collection of well-defined objects, right? Well-defined objects or elements, okay? Look, what is a set? የመጀመሪያው ጥያቄ መመለስ አለበት, right? ፈተና ላይ ጥያቄ ትችላላችሁ ፕላስ ካሁን በኋላ ያሉት ከሴት ጋር የተያያዙ ማቴማቲካል ኮንሴፕቶች በሙሉ ይሄን ዴፊኒሽን ካልያዘን አንደርስታንድ ማድረግ መቻላችን. Good. So what's a set? Set is a collection of ስብስብ ማለት እንግዲህ ነገሮች ስብስብ ነው. So set is a collection of what? Objects. Collection of objects or elements which are what? Well defined. Well defined የሆኑ ኦብጀክቶች ስብስብ ምን ተብሎ ይጠራል? Set ይባላል mathematics. Well defined ማለት what do you mean by the word well defined means? What do you mean by the word well defined means? Well defined means when the elements are clearly mentioned. That means if we can mention the elements clearly, or if we can mention the elements, if we can list the elements without any ambiguity, without any confusion, then that objects are called well defined. Well defined የምንለው ያለምንም ማምታታት ያለምንም ኮንፊውዥን ምንም ግራ የሚያጋባ ነገር ሳይኖር ኤሌመንቶቹን ክሊርሊ ሊስት ማድረግ የምንችል ወይም ኤግዛምፕል መስጠት የምንችል ከሆነ then that well defined collection of objects is called what? Set. This is a short and precise definition of a set. ልብ አድርጉ አሁን። ስለዚህ set is a collection of well defined objects ከሆነ ስለዚህ well defined ያልሆኑ ኦብጀክቶች አሉ ማለት ነው. If the objects are not well defined, if the collected objects are not well defined, then that is not going to be what? Set. So to be a set, that collected objects should be what? Well defined. Let's do examples. Okay. Examples. So many examples you can give. Why? Because set is a collection of well defined objects. So as you hold ነገሮችን collect ታረጉና እነዛ ኮሌክት የሆኑ ነገሮችን well defined ከሆኑ that's going to be what? A set. So collection of what? Collection of or the set of students in Ethiopia. The set of students in Ethiopia, right? The set, okay? Or the collection. The set, right? The set of students. So the set of students now, high school students might be, elementary students might be, university students might be. So the set of students in, say for example, in Ethiopia. The set of students in Ethiopia, right? Second one, say the set of natural numbers. About the set of natural numbers, clearly we can mention the elements ማለት ነው natural number ከተባለ እንግዲህ what are the natural numbers are numbers that we begin with what 1 2 3 then that will continue right so አሁን አንድ clearly natural ቁጥር ነው ብለን ሜንሽን ማድረግ እንችላለን መዘርዘር እንችላለን ምንም ያምታታ ነገር የለም ወይም there is a question on being one a natural number ማለት ነው 2 3 4 100 200 እንደፈለጋችሁ መዘርዘር ትችላላችሁ so the set of natural number is an example of a well defined set the third one the set of right the set of say for example natural numbers the set of integer the set of real numbers the set of rational numbers the set of irrational numbers እነዚህ በሙሉ the set of even numbers the set of odd integers the set of even integers or the set of all numbers which are divisible by 3 the set of all integers which are divisible by 4 which are divisible by 10 እንዲህ ያደርጋችሁ well defined የሆኑ ኦብጀክቶችን ስብስብ በሙሉ they are called a set okay now let's see this non-examples of well defined set say for example the fourth one look the set of beautiful girls the set of beautiful girls in this class for example in this class the set of beautiful girls in this class እዚህ ክፍል ውስጥ ያሉ የቆነጃጅት ልጃገረዶች ዝርዝር ለምሳሌ አሁን እሺ አንዱ ይነሳና አልማዝ ይላል ዋይ ስትለው አልማዝ ለኔ ቆንጆ ነች በጣም ይላል ደን ከበደ ይነሳና ቅድስት ይላል ዋይ ቅድስቴ ለኔ ቆንጆ ነች ይላል ደን somebody else ይነሳና ሳምራዊት ይላል እንዲህ ያለ ይቀጥላል ማለት ስለዚህ being beautifulness it depends from person to person ማለት ይሄ beautiful those adverbs of manner beautiful handsome እንደየሰው ይለያያል ውበት እንደተመልካቹ ነው ይባላል ስለዚህ ለአንዱ ቆንጆ የሆነ ሌላው ቆንጆ ላይሆን ይችላል ለአንዱ ቆንጆ ያልሆነ ደግሞ ሌላው ደግሞ ቆንጆ ሊሆን ይችላል right so since we don't have a particular condition or a particular or a specific condition being beautiful or beautifulness differs from person to person አንዱ ቆንጆ ያለው ሌላው ቆንጆ ላይ ይችላል አንዱ ደግሞ ይሄ እቺ ቆንጆ አይደለችም ያለው ሌላው ደግሞ she is smart ሊል ይችላል right so those adverbs of manner ካሉ ልባርባው adverbs of manner what beautiful the set of beautiful or handsome boys the set of handsome boys the set of interesting cars let's say interesting or the set of bad the set of good all right እነዚህ adverbs of manner ካሉ they are not well defined አይደሉም they are not well defined ስለዚህ መለየት መቻል አለባችሁ ምንድነው መለየት መቻል አለባችሁ what is a set is a collection of well defined objects አሁን ይሄ በብዛት የምትጠየቁት which one of the following is not well defined set ይችላል set of beautiful girls handsome boys interesting bad good እነዚህ የመሳሰሉት በሙሉ they are not well defined so we have defined what do we mean by a set means ልባርባው ይሄ set the concept of set እስከ higher institution ድረስ basic ነው it is a building block of mathematics everything in the future is about set ፎርሙ ይቀየራል ሴትን ወደ ፈንክሽን ወደ ምናምን ቀይረን ዲል የምናደርገው እሱ ነው so be take care of about this set next so these sets are most of the time denoted by capital letters sets are denoted by what so most of the time sets are denoted by what English capital letters like capital letters like A B C ያለን so ሴቶች በብዛት ዲኖት የሚደረጉት ሲምቦላይዝ የሚደረጉት በካፒታል ሌተር ነው ማለት ካፒታል ሌተር ኦኬ ኔክስት አሁን ሴትን ዲፋይን ካደረግን በኋላ so አንድን ሴት እንዴት ነው የሚገለጸው አሁን ቅድም set of natural numbers the set of integers the set of whole numbers the set of irrational number ብለን ዘርዝረናል ኤግዛምፕል እነዚህ ሴቶች እንዴት ነው በማቴማቲክስ ዲስክራይብ የሚደረጉት so description of a set description of a set description of what description of a set so how could we describe a given set አንድን ሴት እንዴት ዲስክራይብ አድርግ እንችላለን so there are four different ways of describing a set አንድን ሴት በአራት በተለያየ አይነት መንገድ መግለጽ ይቻላል so in mathematics especially in this grade 9 mathematics there are 4 ways of describing a set, right? So there are the four ways of describing. The four ways of describing a set are, so the first one is verbal method, right? Verbal method, or sometimes statement form, right? Statement form. So በዘጠነኛ ክፍል ማቴማቲክስ መሰረት አራት ሴትን የምንገልጽባቸው መንገዶች አሉ። ስለዚህ የመጀመሪያው ሜቶዶሎጂ ቨርባል ሜቶዶሎጂ ኦር ስቴትመንት ፎርም። ይሄ እንግዲህ ምንድነው የተሰጠንን ሴት ዩዚንግ እንግሊሽ ወርድስ ኦር ዩዚንግ እንግሊሽ ስቴትመንትስ ተጠቅመን የምንገልጽበት መንገድ ማለት ቅድም ኤግዛምፕል የሰጠንበት መንገድ ለምሳሌ say for example the set of what? Say the set of whole numbers, right? The set of whole numbers. What? The set of whole numbers, it's an English statement. ይሄን አረፍተ ነገር ተጠቅመን ሴቱን ገለጽ ነው። What is the set? The set behind is that what? A collection of all whole numbers ማለት የሆል ነምበሮችን ስብስብ የሙሉ ቁጥሮችን ስብስብ ምን ተጠቅመን ገልጸነዋል? English statement. So the set of whole numbers, the set of natural numbers, the set of say for example the set of integers. እነዚህ English statements or English words ተጠቅመን የምንገልጽበት መንገድ ምን ተብሎ ይጠራል? This is verbal method. ይሄ ምን ተብሎ ይጠራል? verbal method of describing a statement. አሁን እነዚህ ዩሴት ልባጓ set of whole numbers በዚህ በቨርባል ሜተድ ተጠቅመን የገለጽናቸው ሴትስ በሌላ መንገድ ደግሞ ይገለጻሉ። Okay, so the second way of describing a set is complete listing method. Complete listing method. The second way of describing a set is complete listing method. Complete means full ማለት. So by fully listing all the elements ማለት. By what? By listing all of the elements ማለት. All of the elements. By listing all of the elements ማለት. ኤሌመንቶቹ በሙሉ ዘርዝረን የምንገልጽበት መንገድ ምን ተብሎ ይጠራል? ኮምፕሊት ሊስቲንግ። አሁን ልባሩ እንግዲህ አንደኛ describe the following sets by one of the methods ብሎ ይጠይቃቸዋል። ሁለተኛ ደግሞ which one of the following methods are used to describe a set ይላል። ይዘረዝርና ይሄ በምን መንገድ ነው የተገለጸው? ይሄ በመንገድ ለምሳሌ አሁን እንደዚህ አይነት ይስጣችሁና አሁን ይሄ በምን መንገድ ነው የተገለጸው? It is by using verbal method. It's very simple, right? So the second one is complete listing methods, which is by listing all of the elements or fully listing all the elements. Say for example, ለምሳሌ say the set of natural numbers. The set of natural numbers. Say the set of natural numbers less than or equal say for example 5. አሁን ልባሉ the set of natural numbers less than or equal to 5 አሁን በምን ተጠቅመን የገለጽ ነው? በቨርባል ሜተድ ተጠቅመን የገለጽ ነው። ይሄንኑ by complete listing method ተጠቅመን ስንገልጸው ተነሱ። So set A previously we had said that sets are denoted by capital letters like A, B, C, like that, right? So set A is equal to then opening the brace. So most of the time in complete listing method we use braces and commas between the elements, right? So we just open the brace and so what are the elements? Natural numbers which are less than or equal to 5. So which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. አሁን ምን አደረግን? we list all of the elements of the given set ማለት ነው። ከአምስት የሚያንሱ ወይም እኩል የሆኑ መቁጠሪያ ቁጥሮች ብሎናል። ስለዚህ set A is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 ብለን ሁሉንም ዘረዘርን ማለት ነው። So this way of describing the set በዚህ መንገድ ስንገልጽ አንድን ሴት ምን ተብሎ ይጠራል? complete listing method ብለን። ስለዚህ you can give a lot of examples. አሁን ማአት ኤግዛምፕል መስጠት ይችላል። say set B is equal to ለምሳሌ A B C or set C is equal to say for example X Y Z. ስለዚህ የአንድን ሴት ኤሌመንቶቹ በሙሉ ዘርዝረን ስንገልጽ ወይም የምንገልጽበት መንገድ ያ ሜቶዶሎጂ ምን ተብሎ ይጠራል? ኮምፕሌት ሊስቲንግ ሜተድ ተብሎ ይጠራል። So the third type or the third way of describing a set is by partial listing method. Partial listing by partial listing method. Right? By partial listing method. So the third way of describing a given set is by partial listing. አሁን የመጀመሪያው verbal or statement for, second one complete. Then the opposite of complete is what? Which is partial. Partial means not all, right? Or not all. So by listing some of the elements, by listing what? By listing some of the elements. Some of the elements. So we use describing a set by listing some of the elements, and we use 3 dots just to show that that will continue, right? So say for example, say for example, the set of whole numbers set of whole numbers. How the set of whole numbers? በምንድን ገልጽ ነው? ይሄ በቨርባል ሜተድ ነው የገለጽ or statement form. ይሄንን በፓርሻል ሊስቲንግ ሜተድ ስንጠቀም ተማው ካፒታል W, the set capital W is equal to opening the bracket, then the first whole number is 0. So 0, 1, 2, then we use the 3 dots, then it will continue. ስለዚህ አሁን የተወሰኑትን ኤሌመንቶች ተጠቅመን then ይቀጥላል ይሄ ነገር ብለን የምንገልጽበት መንገድ this methodology ማለት ይሄ way ምን ተብሎ ይጠራል? partial listing method ብለን እንጠራዋለን። ስለዚህ በዚህ መንገድ ከተሰጣችሁ partial listing ነው, which is not complete listing method ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ለምሳሌ set A is equal to, say for example 1 2 3 ልና then it will continue which is up to 100 ለምሳሌ ከአንድ እስከ 100 ያሉ መቁጠሪያ ቁጥሮችን ሶስቱን ጠቅሰን ከዛ ይቀጥላል እስከ 100 or set B say is equal to 2 4 say 6 ይልና then up to 20 ለምሳሌ okay እስከ 20 ያሉ even ቁጥሮችን 2 4 6 ይልና እስከ 20 that will all right. So this way of describing a set is partial listing method. The fourth way of describing a set is set builder method. Set builder method. Set builder method. So ሌላ set build እናደርጋለን ማለት ነው, right? So set builder method. This is very important, of course. This methodology is very important in your future endeavor, of course. Okay, for those engineers, for those mathematicians, for those economists, for those other related mathematics advanced courses. Most of the time use this set builder method. We use by defining the property. Property define አድርገን የምንገልጽበት መንገድ. So by what? We use this methodology by defining the property ማለት. We use this methodology by defining what? By defining the property ማለት. By defining the property. ፕሮፐርቲውን ዲፋይን በማድረግ የምንገልጽበት መንገድ ነው። ስለዚህ አሁን ይሄ በሁለት መንገድ ትጠይቃላችሁ። አሁን አንደኛ የሆነ ሴት ይሰጣችሁና በሴት ቢውልደር ሜተድ ግለጹት ትባላላችሁ። ሁለተኛ ደግሞ በሴት ቢውልደር ሜተድ ተገልጾ ይሰጣችሁና ኤሌመንቶቹን ዘርዝሩ። እነማን ናቸው ኤሌመንቶቹ ተብላችሁ ትጠይቃላችሁ። ለምሳሌ በተለይ ሬሌሽናል ፈንክሽን በምንሰራበት ጊዜ በጣም ኢምፖርታንት very important. So by defining the property, say for example, let's say an example. አሁን ለምሳሌ እዚህ ጋር the set of whole numbers ብሏል። okay the set of what? whole numbers ወስደናል። እሺ how the set of whole numbers? What is the property? What is the property of the elements of this set? The properties of the elements of this set is being a whole number. አሁን የዚህ ሴት አባላት ፓርቲኩላር ፕሮፐርቲያቸው ሙሉ ቁጥር መሆን ነው። okay being a whole number. So that property ተጠቅመን አሁን ይሄን ሴት እንገልጻለን ማለት ነው። So set A is equal to ትላላችሁ። አሁን በደንብ የሁሉንም ፎርም አንድ አይነት ስለሆነ በደንብ ተከታተሉ። Set A is equal to, then you will just open the brace. ለሁሉም ነው opening the brace is the common work in describing a set by using a set builder method. So you just open the brace, then you write the letter, the variable. Say for example x ትላላችሁ። x ከሆነ እንደፈለጋችሁ xም zም yም የፈለጋችሁትን መጠቀም ትችላላችሁ based on your interest. ግን most of the time ያው x ስለሚጠቀም x ነው። So አሁን ይሄ ሲነበብ ተመልከቱ። The set of ትላላችሁ። አያችሁ? The set of all x አሁን ይሄ ሲነበብ look the set of all x ይሄ ሁሉ ነው የያዘው ይሄ ሲምቦል this one brace and one variable x ምንድን ነው የያዘው the set of all x የሚለው ንባብ ሐረግ ነው የያዘው phrase ነው የያዘው so the set of all x the set of all x such that the set of all x such that አሁን ከዚህ ጭምር ይሄንንም ጭምር ሲሆን ደግሞ the set of all x such that ማለት ነው such that ይሄ ማወቅ መቻል አለባችሁ right so the set of all x such that ከዛ በኋላ ፕሮፐርቲውን ነው እዚህ ጋር የምትቀጭ የፈለገውን ፕሮፐርቲ ሆል ነምበር ካለ ሆል ነምበር አባል ነው ናቹራል ነምበር ነው ካለ ናቹራል ነምበር አባል ነው በአንድና በአምስት መካከል ነው ካለ በአንድና በአምስት መካከል x ማለት ነው የዚህን x ፕሮፐርቲ ነው የምትገልጸው ስለዚህ አሁን the set of all x such that what property does it satisfy x is an element of what whole number ናችሁ እንደዚህ አሁን ድባሉ በደንብ ተከታተሉኝ ስለሚከብዳቸው ነው ብዙዎች set a is equal to a common የመጀመሪያ ስራችሁ opening the braceውን ትከፍታላችሁ then after opening the brace then you write the letter the variable that you use or that you want small n ተጠቀሙ ትችላላችሁ x z so the set of all x how many ሲነበብ the set of all x አልኩኝ such that በቃ ኮመን ነው ለሁሉም ሴት ቢውልደር ሜቶዶሎጂ ይሄ ኮመን ነው ከዛ በኋላ ፕሮፐርቲ ይቀጥላል ማለት x ዘንድ ሆል ነምበር ለምሳሌ set b is equal to the second example say for example how ምንድን ነው the set a is equal to 1 2 3 up to 100 አይደል አሁን ይሄን ስንገልጸው ተመልከቱ set b is equal to ያው a ነው እዚህ ጋር የሚለው no problem okay set a is equal to look the set of all x such that and the set of all x such that kaza property don't what's the property is natural numbers between 1 and 2 so what x is an element of natural number ትላላችሁ አሁን x የማን አባል ነው የመቁጠሪያ ቁጥር አባል ነው ግን ሁሉም መቁጠሪያ ቁጥሮችን አይወስድም it is not considering all the natural numbers it will just consider the natural numbers only 1 out of 100 right so and naziga and 1 is less or equal to x less or equal to 100 በምን ገለጽኩት ማለት ነው በሴት ቢውልደር ሜተድ ገለጽ the set of x is that x is an element of natural number and 1 is less or equal to x x is equal to what 100 ስለዚህ በሴት ቢውልደር ሜተድ ተጠቅመን ገለጽ ነው ማለት so we have seen the four ways of describing a set verbal methodology complete listing method partial listing method set builder method ይሄን አሁን በደንብ አንደርስታንድ ካደረጋችሁ በኋላ ምንድነው የምታደርጉት በቃል መያዝ መቻል አለባችሁ set builder method very important በተደጋጋሚ ስለምንጠቀምበት የሴት ቢውልደር ሜተድ ፎርሙ አንድ አይነት ነው ምን ታደርጋላችሁ set a is equal to the set of all x such that ይሄ ኮመን ከዛ በኋላ እዚህ ጋር ምን ታደርጋላችሁ ፕሮፐርቲውን ትጽፋላችሁ አንድ አይነት ነው ኢቭን ነው ካለ ኢቭን ትላላችሁ ናቹራል ካለ ናቹራል ትላላችሁ በሁለት እና በ10 መካከል ነው ካለ በሁለት እና በ10 መካከል ነው ትላላችሁ right which is common next let's see the notions of sets notions of what sets notions of sets so there let's see some concepts which are directly related to a set so the first one is the first notion of a set is that say for example empty set so what's an empty set empty set is a set with no element empty set so the short and precise definition of empty set is that so empty set is a set it is a set with no element right with no element so a set that contains no element is called what empty set empty set ማለት a set with no element so it is denoted by what it is denoted by this symbol or this one brace small brace of course so empty set is a set with no element which is denoted by this symbol or a small brace let's see an example of empty set right let's see an example of empty set ስለዚህ አሁን empty set ማለት a set with no element ከሆነ ምንም well defined የሆነ ግን ምንም ኤሌመንት የሌለው let's see ለምሳሌ the first one say for example the set of whole numbers the set of whole numbers which is less ዜሮ ለምሳሌ ከዜሮ የሚያንስ ሆል ነምበር ከዜሮ የሚያንሱ የሆል ነምበሮች ስብስብ አሁን ሆል ነምበር ዌል ዲፋይንድ ኖ ፕሮብሌም አት ኦል ግን ከዜሮ የሚያንስ ሆል ነምበር የለም ማለት ስለዚህ አሁን ከዜሮ የሚያንስ ሆል ነምበር ስለሌለን so this set is automatically what empty set no element ማለት there is no number satisfying this property ማለት ይሄንን ፕሮፐርቲ የሚያሟላ ቁጥር የለም second example say for example set A is equal to the set of all x set of all x like that x is an element of natural number and say 10 is less than x x less than 11 billion በ10 እና በ11 መካከል ያለ ናቹራል ቁጥር መቁጠሪያ ቁጥር ቢላው 10 ብለን ማን ነው የምንለው 11 ነው የምንለው አይደል since there is no natural number between 10 and 11 then this set is automatically what empty set there is no any natural number satisfying this property any property የሚያሟላ natural number የለም ማለት ስለዚህ እንዲህ ያ ለምሳሌ ሶስተኛ say for example the set of say for example odd natural numbers say divisible by say for example 2 ለምሳሌ ለሁለት መካፈል የሚችሉ odd natural numbers አሉ by itself አሁን odd ነው አላ odd ማለት ጀመረ ሁለት የማይካፈል ማለት so those natural numbers which can be divided by 2 are what even then those natural numbers which are not even are called what odd numbers ናቸው አሁን ምንድን ነው ያለው the set of odd natural numbers divisible by 2 ለሁለት መካፈል የሚችሉ odd ቁጥሮች አሉ ይሄንን የሚያሟላ የለም so which is what so the set of say for the set of men with 4 legs አራት እግር ያላቸው ሰዎች ስብስብ which is impossible the set of say for example women with 4 breasts አራት ጡቶች ያላቸው ሴቶች we haven't seen this እንግዲህ እስካሁን ድረስ ተፈጥሮ አላሳየንም እንደዚህ የሌለ ነገር ስብስብ ከሆነ what you call it is an empty set so empty set is a set with no element ከሆነ so what's the number of elements of empty set the number of elements of empty set is 0 ስለዚህ since empty set has no element the number of elements of a given empty set is what number of elements of a given empty set is what 0 ስለዚህ 0 ማለት ምንም አባል የለውም so the number of elements of a given empty set is 0 ማለት so the next notion of a set is the second one is finite and infinite sets ስለዚህ አሁን ልባርጎ sets in general በሁለት እንከፍላቸዋለን so sets in general በሁለት እንከፍላቸዋለን okay finite sets and what infinite sets ብለን በሁለት so sets in general can be classified into two what and what finite and what infinite good so what are finite sets are sets that have limited number of elements that have limited number of elements so finite sets are sets that do have limited number of elements and infinite sets those sets which are not finite so sets which are not finite or sets that do have unlimited limited number or countable number of elements this is unlimited number of elements unlimited number of sets that do have unlimited number of elements sets that do have unlimited number of elements are called what infinite set ስለዚህ what are finite sets have limited number of elements or countable number of elements መቁጠር ኤሌመንቶቹ መቁጠር የምንችላቸው ከሆነ finite those sets that do have unlimited number of elements or uncountable number of elements or sets that are not finite are called what infinite ለምሳሌ ለሁለቱም እስቲ ኤግዛምፕል ነው say for example says the set A is equal to the set of natural numbers say up to 100 and እስከ 100 ያሉት መቁጠሪያ ቁጥሮች so what is their number is 100 of course all right so set A is equal to 1 2 3 up to what 100 ከአንድ እስከ 100 ያሉ መቁጠሪያ ቁጥሮች so which is countable መቁጠር እንችላለን እነዚህ or limited number of elements ስንት ናቸው እስከ 100 ያሉት or set B is equal to ለምሳሌ the set of students in Ethiopia the set of high school students in Ethiopia say for example the set of high school students in Ethiopia አሁን እነዚህ ፋይናይቶች ናቸው ይሄን ኢንፋይናይት ስናደርገው ተመልከቱ ነው የመጀመሪያው ሴት 1 2 3 ናቹራል ነው then an example for infinite set is that አሁን ኢንፋይናይት ስናደርገው ተመልከቱ the set of natural numbers right natural numbers the set of all natural numbers the set of all whole numbers okay the set of say for example all whole numbers the set of rational numbers the set of what rational numbers this is the set of natural numbers which is infinite the biggest natural number doesn't exist okay so there is no largest natural number the set of natural number the set of all numbers the set of real numbers the set of rational numbers እነዚህ በሙሉ they are what an example of what infinite set ናቸው ስለዚህ set ጀነራሊ በስንት እንከፍለዋለን በሁለት ምንና ምን finite set but infinite set finite sets that do have limited number of elements infinite sets that do have unlimited number of elements very good example I have given you ስለዚህ አሁን መጻፋችሁ ላይ which one of the following is finite which one of the following is infinite እያለ ለምሳሌ አሁን ይሄ set say the third or an example say for example set A is equal to the set of all x such that x is an element of natural number and x is less than or equal to 1000 below the set of natural numbers which are less than or 1000 it is what finite but ለምሳሌ set B is equal to the set of all x such that x is an element of natural number and x is greater than or equal to ለምሳሌ 5 ቢላሆን አምስት እና ከአምስት በላይ ያሉ መቁጠሪያ ቁጥሮች በሙሉ ካለ ግን so this one is what this one is infinite this one is finite ይሄስ ከአንድ ሺህ ያሉት ይሄ ግን አምስት እና ከአምስት በላይ ያሉት በሙሉ 10 እና ከ10 በላይ ያሉት በሙሉ አንድ ሺህ እና ከአንድ ሺህ ያሉት ከአንድ ሺህ በላይ ያሉት በሙሉ ካለ ግን so this is what infinite that one is what finite ነው ማለት ስለዚህ ሴት በሁለት ይከፈላል finite እና infinite which one of the following is finite set which one of the following is infinite set እያለ ስለሚጠይቃችሁ በደንብ understand አድርጉ so the next notions of a set is that the third one of course is equal and what equivalent sets equal and equivalent so equal and equivalent sets the first one is equal sets so what are equal sets so what are equal sets are sets that do have exactly the same type of elements sets that do have given to sets and B or sets that do have exactly the same type of elements sets that do have exactly the same type of elements are called equal sets the same type or sets that do have or sets that do have identical elements sets that do have identical elements all right identical elements sets that do have identical elements are called what equal sets that means there is a one-to-one correspondence between the elements and the elements are of the same type ማለት በኤሌመንቶቹ መካከል one-to-one correspondence አለ that means the same number of elements አላቸው the same number of elements and the same type of elements elements are of the same in type ማለት አሁን the same number of elements that means sets that do have the same number of elements the same number of elements the same number of elements and have the same type of the same number of elements and are of the same types the elements are what the same type ኤሌመንቶቹም አንድ አይነት ናቸው ማለት there is a one-to-one correspondence between the elements and the elements are of the same type. And so this is denoted by, it is denoted by what? It is denoted by, say, this symbol. That means, so set A is equal to what? Set B given two sets. Say for example, let's say an example. Examples of equal sets. Say for example, set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have been given this, set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. And set B is equal to the set of all x. Say the set of all x such that x is the elements of natural number and 1 is less or equal to x less or equal to 4 ብሎ ይሰጣችኋል። አሁን ተመልከቱ። And set C is equal to ይሄን set C is equal to say 4 2 1 3 ብሎ ይሰጣል። አሁን ሶስቱንም ሴቶች ተመልከቷቸው። look እሺ set D say for example 0 set D is equal to 4 3 2 ነው ሶስት። እሺ አሁን ተመልከቱ አሁን ተመልከቱ እዚህ ጋር ኦኬ set A is equal to 1 2 3 4 okay the elements are of type 1 2 3 4 natural numbers all right and how many numbers does this set have 1 2 3 4 number of elements of this is 4 and the elements are of type 1 2 3 4 good set B the set of all x አሁን በሴት ቢውልደር ሜትድ ነው የተጠቀመው ማለት በሴት ቢውልደር ሜትድ the set of all x such that x is an element of natural number ነው አይ ፕሮፐርቲ ነው ማለት the elementoቹ property being natural number and these natural numbers are what between 1 and 4 በአንድና በአራት መካከል ያሉ መቁጠሪያ ቁጥሮች እነማን ናቸው እነዚህ አሁን በአንድና በአራት መካከል ማለት እነማን ናቸው 1 2 3 4 ናቸው ስለዚህ ሁለቱ ሴቶች ምን ማለት ነው ልብ አድርጉ በብዛትም እኩል ናቸው በአይነትም ደግሞ አንድ አይነት ናቸው 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 so እነዚህ ሁለቱ ሴቶች ምንድን ናቸው ሴት A እና B they are what equal sets ሶስተኛውን ሴት ተመልከቱ ደግሞ 4 2 1 3 in writing the set but in the notation of a set order of the elements doesn't factor that means ኤሌመንቶቹን በፈለግነው ኦርደር ብንጽፍ በኮማ እስከተለያዩ ድረስ ምንም ችግር የለውም ስለዚህ አራት ከፈለኩ እዚህ ጋር ጽፈዋለሁ ሲፈልግ እዚህ ጋር መጣዋለሁ አንድን ሲፈልግ ስለዚህ order of the elements in a given set doesn't affect so አራት እዚህ አለ 2 እዚህ አለ 1 እዚህ አለ 3 እዚህ አለ ስለዚህ በአይነትም በብዛትም ሴት C እና A እኩል ናቸው ሴት C እና B እኩል ናቸው ማለት ሴት D ግን ተመልከቱ እስቲ አሁን ሴት D 4 እዚህ አለ እዚህ አለ ኦኬ 3 እዚህ አለ ኦኬ 2 እዚህ አለ ኦኬ 5 እዚህ አለ እዚህ ግን የለም ስለዚህ ምንም እንኳን ነምበር ኦፍ ኤሌመንታቸው ልባሉ አሁን የዚህ ነምበር ኦፍ ኤሌመንት 1 2 3 4 የዚህኛው 4 ነው ግን በምን ይለያያሉ በታይፕ ይለያያሉ በአይነት ይለያያሉ የዚህ አይነት 5 አለ እዚህ ውስጥ ግን 5 የለም so how what's our conclusion set A is equal with that of set B is equal to set A ከA ጋር እኩል ነው B ከC ጋር እኩል that means A ከC ጋር እኩል ነው ማለት but set A is not equal with that of what set B or set B is not equal with that of what set D or set C is not equal with that of what set D ማለት so equal sets are sets that do have exactly the same type of elements or sets that do have identical elements are called what equal sets next let's see equivalent sets so what are equivalent sets equivalent sets are sets that do have the same number of elements that's all that do have what sets that do have the same what number of elements sets that do have the same number of elements are called what equivalent sets that means ምን ማለት ነው the same number of elements ማለት there is a one-to-one correspondence between the elements ማለት if there is a one-to-one correspondence between the elements of a given set then that sets are called what equivalent set ማለት so there is what a one-to-one correspondence there is a one-to-one correspondence between the elements between what the elements so there is a one-to-one correspondence between the elements so if the number of elements of a given set are equal then the sets are called what equivalent sets say for example there it is denoted by of course it is denoted by it is noted by either this symbol or sometimes they use this one. Okay, this one. So given two sets, say for example, given two sets, say sets A and B, for sets A and B, then A is equivalent to what? A is equivalent to B. Or some authors are using this symbol as A is equivalent to B. Some authors, of course, some authors are using this. But most of the time we use this methodology. A is equivalent to B. A is equivalent to B. So let's see an example. Okay. Let's see example. Look, on the previous discussion, what we have defined that what's an equal set? Equal sets are sets that do have identical elements. Identical elements ማለት there is a one-to-one correspondence between the elements and are of the same type the elements ብለናል አይደል? ስለዚህ አሁን ያው ሁለት ክራይቴሪያ መሟላት አለበት። አንደኛ ኤሌመንቶቹ one-to-one correspondence መሆን አለባቸው። ሁለተኛ the same type መሆን አለበት። ይሄኛው ግን one-to-one correspondence ብቻ ነው ኤሌመንቶቹ መሆን የሚጠበቅባቸው። So what? Equal sets are what? Equivalent ናቸው ማለት። አሁን equal ሴቶች በሙሉ ምንድን ናቸው? Equivalent ናቸው። የኢኩቫለንት ሴትን ፕሮፐርቲ ምን ያደርጋሉ? ያሟላሉ። But equivalent sets might not be what? Equal sets. Good. So, say for example, set A is equal to 5, 6, and 7. አሁን set A 5, 6, 7. What's the number of elements of this set? 5, 6, and 7. ስለዚህ ብዛቱ what's the number of elements of this set? Number of elements of this set is what? 3. ስለዚህ ብዛቱ 3 የሆነ ማንኛውም ሴት ከዚህ ሴት ጋር ምንድነው ማለት ነው? ኢኩቫለንት ነው ማለት ነው። ኢኩቫለንት ለምሳሌ ሴት B is equal to say A B C ቢሰጣችሁ ሴት C is equal to say for example X Y Z ቢሰጣችሁ all every set ስለዚህ እነዚህ በሙሉ አሁን A is equivalent with that of B ማለት or A is equivalent with that of what? C ለምሳሌ ሴት D is equal to the set of say 7 5 and 6 ቢሰጣችሁ አሁን ልባሩ ሴት D 7 5 6 የኦርደር ብቻ ነው ማለት አንዱ ቀደም የመጻፍ ያለ መጻፍ ጉዳይ ይሄ ደግሞ 5 so this two are እነዚህ ሁለቱ ሴቶች አሁን ምንድናቸው ኢኩቫለንት ናቸው at the same time ደግሞ ኢኳል ናቸው okay so what is the fact behind all equal sets are equivalent sets all equal sets are what equivalent. So all equal sets are equivalent, but equivalent sets might not be equal sets. But equivalent sets might not be what? Equal sets. Might not be equivalent. Equivalent sets might not be equal sets, but all equal sets are what? Equivalent sets. So what are equal sets? So you have to understand the difference between equal and equivalent sets. How equal እና equivalent, finite እና infinite, impede set እነዚህ ነገሮች ምን እንደሆኑ በደንብ understand ማድረግ መቻል አለባቸው። So the fourth notion of set that we should see is that subsets, right? Which is denoted by this symbol. Subsets. So we have to know properly the definition of what do we mean by a subset means. You know, so a lot of problems will be rising based on this concept. We take care of that. So the definition is here. Look, given two sets, say A and B. Given two sets, say A and B. Given two sets, say A and B. We say that A is a subset of B given two sets, say A and B, then we say that A is a subset of B and is denoted by this notation denoted by A is a subset of B if what? Look at the definition. If what? All elements of A are in B. That's all. the short and precise definition of subset. So given two sets, say A and B, ሁለት A እና B የሆኑ ሴቶች ቢሰጠን A is a subset of B የምንለው we say that A is a subset of B if all elements of every elements of set A are also in set B. የኤ አባላት በሙሉ ቢ ውስጥ የሚገኙ ከሆነ አንድም ሳይቀር ልብ አድርጉ የኤ አባላት በሙሉ ቢ ውስጥ የሚገኙ ከሆነ then we say that A is a subset of B ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ we say that A is a subset of that means A is a subset of B. A is a subset of B if and only if what? All elements of A are in B ማለት ነው። So all A are in B ማለት ነው። all A are in B አሁን ልብ አድርጉ እንግዲህ የኤ አባላት በሙሉ ቢ ውስጥ ካሉ ኤ ኢዝ ሰብሴት ኦፍ ቢ ብለን ማውራት ወይም መናገር የምንችል ከሆነ ስለዚህ ኤ እና ቢ እኩል የመሆን ቻንስ አላቸው ማለት ነው። እኩል የመሆን ቻንስ አላቸው that is my opinion. So ለምሳሌ ኤ እና ቢ እኩል ከሆኑ የኤ አባላት በሙሉ ምን ውስጥ አሉ? ቢ ውስጥ አሉ። የቢ አባላት በሙሉ ምን ውስጥ አሉ? ኤ ውስጥ አሉ ማለት so if A is a subset of B A might be equal with that of what? B but it's not a must. ግዴታ ግን አይደለም. Say for example so let's say A is equal to say 1, 2, 3. Set B is equal to say for example 2, 3 and set C is equal to the set of all x. Say that x is an element of natural number and 1 is less or equal to x less or equal to 3. So we have been given three sets. How so set is set A is equal to 1, 2, 3. Set B is equal to 2, 3. Set C is equal to, this has been given by set Bueller method, the set of all x, such that x is elements of natural number and these natural numbers are between 1 and 3 inclusive. So what is set C first? So set C is what? And the set of natural number ብሏል በማና በአንድና በሶስት መካከል ያሉ አንድና ሶስት ያካትታል ምክንያቱም እዚህ ጋር የእኩል ይሆናል ምልክት ስላለ so what set C is what this is 1 2 and what 3 so which is equal with that of what set A okay now so let's see that subset property okay what about A and B አሁን የኤ አባላት እነማን ናቸው አንድ የለም እዚህ ውስጥ so automatically A cannot be a subset of what B ማለት A cannot be a subset of B but he look ሁለት እዚህ ውስጥ አለ ሶስት እዚህ ውስጥ አለ ስለዚህ የቢ አባላት በሙሉ ምን ውስጥ አሉ ኤ ውስጥ አሉ ስለዚህ ኤ ማን ነው ቢ ለኤ ምን መሆን ይችላል ማለት ነው so which implies B is automatically a subset of A የቢ አባላት በሙሉ ሁለት እዚህ ውስጥ አለ ሶስት እዚህ ውስጥ አለ ስለዚህ የቢ አባላት በሙሉ ኤ ውስጥ ስለሚገኙ we say that B is a subset of what A but A is not a subset of what B so just to write not a subset of or to say not subset of we use this symbol right so A is not a subset of what B why because 1 is not in B that means every elements of A are not in B okay the third one look compare A and C look A 1 2 3 C the set of natural numbers between 1 and 3 which is 1 2 3 so automatically look 1 is here 2 is here 3 is what here so A is a subset of what set C of course set C means A itself set C ማለት A itself they are equal so A is a subset of C and C is a subset of what A so every set is a subset of what itself ማለት so some factors which are always true related to subsets so remember this as a fact as a note the first one every set is a subset every set is a subset of what itself so every set is a subset of itself ማንኛውም ሴት ለራሱ መሆን ይችላል subset መሆን ይችላል ማለት ነው because the definition behind subset is that given to set C and B is a subset of B if all elements of A are in B good the second one look the second one impeded set is a subset of every set impeded set is what a subset of every set impeded set is a subset of every set since impeded set has no element look since impeded set has no element So rather than saying that empty set is not a subset of every other set, it will be better if we say that empty set is a subset of every set. አሁን ሰብሴት አይሆንም ካልን ሰብሴት ለምሳሌ ሴት empty set is not a subset of set A ካልን there will be an element in that empty set which is not the member of A ማለት which is a contradiction to the definition of what? Empty set. So that is not saying that empty set is a subset of every set. Empty set is a subset of every set. The third thing that we have that if number of elements of set A is n, if a set A has n number of elements and set n number of elements ካሉት then the number of subsets of the sets then the number of subsets of the sets number of subsets of set A is given by to the power of n. ስለዚህ አንድ ሴት n number of elements ካሉት then we can have that the number of subsets of this set A is equal to the power of n number of ምን አሉት ማለት ነው subsets አሉት ማለት ነው to the power of n number of subsets አሉት ማለት ነው. So let's do an example on this. That means if a set has n number of elements then that set will have to the power of n number of subsets. Let's do this by examples. Okay, number one, say for example, let's say A is, say for example, C and D. Let's consider a set with two elements, the so-called C and D. Okay, so list all subsets of subsets of set A. አሁን የኤ ሰብሴቶችን በሙሉ ስለዚህ ምንድነው የምታረጉት እንደዚህ አይነት ጥያቄ ሲሰሩ መጀመሪያ ሲንግል ኤሌመንቶችን ታወጣላችሁ ሲቀጥል ደብል ካለ ሲቀጥል ትሪፕል የሚቆም ከሆነ እዛ ጋር then the set itself and empty set because every set is a subset of itself and empty set is also a subset of every set. Okay, so the subsets are what? Okay, the single element first. Let's see those subsets having a single element. C እንወስዳለን። አሁን C ትወስዱና እንደዚህ አይጻፍም። ልብ አድርጉ። ሁሌ subsets ሲጻፍ በብሬስ ውስጥ ነው የሚጻፈው because that subsets are sets by themselves. ሰብሴቶች በራሳቸው ሴቶች ስለሆኑ ስለዚህ ሲጻፉ በብሬስ ውስጥ ነው የሚጻፉት። እንደ ኤሌመንት አይጻፍም። ስለዚህ እንጽፍና then it will have its own brace. አሁን ምን ማለት ነው? ሴት ሆነ ማለት a set containing element C ሆነ ማለት a set containing element C ሆነ። እሺ ሲቀጥል single element which is D ማለት this is a set containing what? D ትጽፉና የራሱ የሆነ ብሬስ ሰጥቷል። ሌላ ሴት ሆነ ማለት ነው። ሌላ ሴት መሆኑን ብቻ ሳይሆን ለዚህኛው ምን ሆነ? ሰብሴት ሆነ። ይኸው አሁን ተመልከቱ። ሴት C ነው። C እዚህ ውስጥ አለ። ስለዚህ ይሄ ሴት የማን ሰብሴት ነው ማለት ነው? የዚህ ሰብሴት ነው ማለት ነው። ኦኬ ይሄን ተመልከቱ። ዲ አለ እዚህ ጋር ኤሌመንት ዲ እዚህ ጋር አለ። ስለዚህ ይሄ ሴት የማን ሰብሴት ነው? የዲ ኤሌመንት። አሁን ሲንግል ጨረስን። ደብል እንወስዳለን። that is the set itself ማለት ነው። the set containing what? C and D ማለት which is the set A itself ማለት which is set A itself ማለት next step የሚቀረን ምንድን ነው? empty set ነው because empty set is a subset of every set. So which is this. So these are the subsets ማለት the set containing C, the set containing D, the set containing C and D, the set itself ማለት ነው empty set. So these are what? They are what? Subsets of what? Set A ናቸው ማለት ስለዚህ አሁን እንዴት እንጽፋለን ማለት ነው? So subsets of set A are subsets of set A are እነማን ናቸው ማለት ነው? Okay, empty set, the set A itself, the set containing C, the set containing what? D ናቸው ማለት ነው። አሁን እነዚህ ናቸው። So how many of them are in number? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number is what? 4. Which implies so number of subsets of set A is what? Which is 4, which is of course what is the number of elements of set A? Number of elements of set A is what? 2, which is to the power of n, which is to the power of 2. እኩል ናቸው ማለት ስለዚህ number of elements of number of elements of the subsets of a given set is given by to the power of n, which is what? Let's do another example, okay? Let's set B is given by, say for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So find the subsets, find all the subsets. Okay, so let's find. Look, the solution is here. Okay, first, what's number of elements of set B? Number of elements of set B is what? How many elements do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So how many subsets do you expect for this set? Right? Since set B has 4 number of elements, then how many subsets do you expect for this set? To the power of 4, which is what? 8. So we expect number of subsets, the expected number of subsets is to the power of 4, so which is what? 16. So we do have 16 subsets, man. We do have 16 subsets, man. Okay, so let's list. So the subsets are, namely, the 16 subsets. Let's list. First, you will start those subsets having a single element, then second, then third, okay? So the first one is a single element, the set containing 1, the set containing 2, okay? Then 3, in the reverse, okay, 4, then the set containing all. እያንዳንዱን ኤሌመንት ወስደን ምን አደረግን? ብሬስ ሰጠናቸው። Good. Then double እንውሰድ 1 with 2, 1 with 2, okay? 1 with 3. አሁን 1 with 3 ብላችሁ እንዲያጽ አሁን ይሄ ከሆነ አንድ ሶስት በቃ ምንድን ነው ሴት አለ። So to be a set, we just give it a brace. 1 with 3 and 1 with 4. አንድ ጨርሰናል። ሁለት ደግሞ ይቀጥላል። Then 2 with say 3. Okay? 2 is 4. Good. 2 is 4. እስካሁን double element ነው እየወሰድን ያለን። Okay. Then 3 with 4. 3 with 4. አሁን 1 with 2 ወስደናል, 1 with 3 ወስደናል, 1 with 4 ወስደናል, 2 with 3, 2 with 4. The next is what? The next is 3 with 4 ወስደናል። አሁን 3 እንወስዳለን ማለት ነው። ሁለት ጨርሰናል። 3 1 2 3. Okay. The set containing 1 2 3. Good. The set containing 1 3 4. The set containing 1 3 4. Okay. Then the set 1 we have finished together with 1. Then 2 2 3 4. The set containing 2 3 4. Okay. Then the set containing, that's we have finished. 1 2 3 1 3 4 2 3 4. Then finally we write empty set, because empty set is a subset of every set and the set itself, which is set B. Now let's count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5. This 1 is 2, 1 is 3, 1 is 4, okay? 2 is 3, 2 is 4, okay? 1 is 4, okay, we have written. Then 3 is 4, okay? Then 1 2 3, 1 to 4. Oh, the triple 1 to 4. Look, 1 to 3 only. So let's see 1 to 4. The set containing 1 2 4. Okay? So they are what? There are 16 subsets. So set B has how many subsets? 16 subsets. So all these are subsets of what? This set. Now, በትሩ ኦር ፎልስ ጠይቃላችሁ። በትሩ ኦር ፎልስ ለምሳሌ the set containing 1 is a subset of set B. Is a set containing 1 a subset of set B? Yes. Is a set containing, say for example, one of the subset ከዚህ ውስጥ የፈለጋችሁት ለምሳሌ 2 3 4 ይወስድና is it a subset of set B? Yes. Yes. አሁን እነዚህ ሰብሴቶች አንድ ላይ ሰብሰብ ተደርጎ ይመጡ። look, all these subsets. እነዚህ ሰብሴቶችን በሙሉ የያዘ ሴት ደግሞ what you call it is power set. Let's see. Of course, the fifth one, which is related to power subset, of course, power set of a set. Power set. Power set of a set. Power set of set A. Might be set B or something. So it is written as P of A, or some authors are written as to the power of n ብለው ይጽፉታል. Some authors are using this notation, of course. So what do you mean by power set of set A means? Power set of set A is a set which contains all subsets of set A. A set that contains all subsets. Look, a set that contains all subsets of set A is called what? Is called what? Power set of set A. Power set of set A. So a set containing all subsets of set A is called what? Power set of set A. Okay? So in the previous example, say for example, in the previous example, our set A was what? The set containing C and D. Okay. Then what are the subsets? What are the subsets? So the subsets are what? The set containing C, the set containing D, the set containing C and D. That means set A itself and implicit. How many subsets do we have? 4. Then እነዚህ ሴቶች በሙሉ ብሬስ ውስጥ ገብተው እንደ ሴት ሲመጡ ምን ተብሎ ይጠራል? ፓወር ሴት። So power set of set A is given by what? ትልቅዬ ብሬስ እንጽፍና ስለዚህ እነዚህ በሙሉ እዚህ ውስጥ እናስገባቸዋለን ማለት ነው። እነዚህ ሰብሴቶች እዚህ ውስጥ ይገባሉ። the set containing C ከነ ብሬሳቸው ነው የሚገቡት። ልብ አድርጉ። the set containing D, the set containing C and D, and what? Implicit. Set containing C, the set containing D, the set containing C and D, and implicit. ስለዚህ ይሄ አሁን ይሄ ምን ተብሎ ይጠራል? Power set of C. How many elements does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means number of subsets. Number of subsets. So its number is to the power of. And let's do another example. Okay. Second example. Say for example, let say set C is equal to say 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So how many subsets do you expect? Number of subsets do you expect is what? How many subsets do you expect? 3, 4, 5. That means to the power of n, which is to the power of what? 3, which is. So we will have 8 subsets. 8 subsets which expect now. Okay, so then the subsets are what? The subsets are what? What are the subsets? First, single element. Let's try single element. A set containing 3. Okay? The set containing 4. The set containing 5. Okay. Then double elements. The set containing 3 with 4. The set containing 3 with 5. The set containing 4 with 5. Then implicit set itself, of course. Then the set C itself. Then how many subsets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 subsets we have. አሁን እነዚህም በሙሉ ብሬስ ውስጥ እናስገባቸው ምን ፎርም ያደርጋል? Power set of set C. Then the power set of set C is given by ትልቅዬ ብሬስ ጽፉና እንደዚህ እነዚህ ሰብሴቶችን ማስገባት. So what? The set containing 3, the set containing 4, the set containing 5, the set containing 3 and 4, the set containing 3 and 5, the set containing 4 and 5, C and implicit. ይሄንን ሴት እነዚህን ኤሌመንቶች የያዘ ሴት ምን ተብሎ ይጠራል? Power set of a set C. So what's power set? The set containing all subsets of a given set. Good. Do you understand? እስቲ አንድ ጥያቄ ልስጣችሁና በእናንተ ነው። ለምሳሌ question number 3. Set D is equal to, say for example, the set containing A and the set containing C, like this, and E. How is it? Set D is equal to set element A, the set containing C and E. So find power set of set D. Find power set of set D. Then power set of set D. Immediately immediately inbox ማነው comment box ላይ ያስቀመጠ ሰው ሽልማት አለው good do this as an exercise next let's see the next notion of a set so the next notion of a set is that I think it is the fifth one proper subset proper subsets right so which is denoted by this capital C so don't forget that we have seen about empty set, finite and infinite set, subset, and power set, of course, number of subsets. Now next, let's see proper subsets. The definition is here. Look, the definition is here. As I told you, mathematics is nothing, it's all about definitions, which is a collection of definitions. So to understand mathematics very well, first understand the definitions very well. So, given two sets A and B, given two sets, say A and B, we say that A is a proper subset of B, because the symbol is here, look, proper subset, which is denoted by this. We say that A is a proper subset of B, given two sets, A and B. We say that A is a proper subset of B if the following conditions are satisfied. If the first condition that should be satisfied, two conditions must be satisfied. Given two sets A and B, A is a proper subset of B ለማለት ሁለት ክራይቴሪያዎች ማለት አለባቸው። አንደኛው all elements of A should be in B. All elements of A are in B. What does it mean? What does it mean by all elements of A are in B means A is a subset of B. That means A is a subset of what? B. The first criteria. To be a proper subset of B, A should be a subset of what? B. The second criteria is that A and B should never be equal. A is not equal with that one. So that means, what does it mean? Look, if all elements of A are in B and A and B are not equal, then what does it mean? That means there is at least one element which is in B but not in A. ቢያንስ በአንድ ኤሌመንት እንኳን መበላለጥ መቻል አለባቸው። አንድ ኤሌመንት አለ ምን ውስጥ ያለ B ውስጥ ያለ ምን ውስጥ የሌለ A ውስጥ የሌለ ማለት ነው። provides that what A is a proper subset of B. So we say that A is a proper subset of B. We say that A is a proper subset of B if all elements of A are in B and A and B are not equal. That means at least there is one element in B which is not in A ማለት ስለዚህ በደንብ ይግባችኋል። ይሄ የፕሮፐር ሰብሴት ዴፊኒሽን ነው። አሁን በኋላ ያሉ ጥያቄዎች በሙሉ የምንሰራው ይሄንን ኮንሴፕት ይሄንን ዴፊኒሽን መሰረት አድርገን ፕሮፐር ሰብሴትን በተመለከተ የሚመጡ ጥያቄዎች በሙሉ በዚህ ዴፊኒሽን መሰረት ነው። መመሪያቸው ይሄ ነው። the joker behind it. So let's do an example. ለምሳሌ let's do an example. Okay, let's say A is equal to say A and the set containing B and C ለምሳሌ okay, and let's say B is equal to say A and C. Now look set A and B. A ማለት the set containing A set A means A, the set containing B and C ነው አባላት how many elements does it have? 3 elements. Set B means A and C. Now look, what can you say about A and B? That means is A a proper subset of B? Is A a subset of B? Is B a proper subset of A? Is B a subset of A? ይሄን ቼክ ማድረግ አለ። እሺ አሁን ዝም ብለን እንኳን ስናየው የኤ ብዛት የኤ አባላት ብዛት ከቢ ስለሚበልጥ ስለዚህ አሁን ተመልከቱ ቢን ከቢ አባላት መካከል ኤ እዚህ ውስጥ አለ ሲ እዚህ ውስጥ አለ ስለዚህ ኤ እዛ ውስጥ አለ ሲ እዛ ውስጥ አለ ስለዚህ አሁን ምን አለ ማለት ነው እዚህ look so የቢ አባላት በሙሉ ኤ ውስጥ ስላሉ so automatically B is a proper subset of what? A ነው ማለት B is a proper subset of A. look ሁለት ክራይቴሪያ ሟልቷል። አንደኛ የቢ አባላት በሙሉ ኤ ውስጥ አሉ። ሁለተኛው ክራይቴሪያ ኤ እና ቢ እኩል አይደሉም። የባ አባል ይበልጣል፣ የኤ አባል ይበልጣል። ስለዚህ ቢ ለኤ ምን ነው ማለት ነው? ፕሮፐር ሰብሴት ነው። but A is not a proper subset of what? B. A ግን ለቢ ምን መሆን አይችልም? ፕሮፐር ሰብሴት መሆን አይችልም። ስለዚህ ፕሮፐር ሰብሴት ማለት ሁለት ክራይቴሪያ ማሟላት አለበት። ኤ የቢ ፕሮፐር ሰብሴት ነው ማለት የኤ አባላት በሙሉ ቢ ውስጥ መኖር አለባቸው። ኤ እና ቢ እኩል መሆን መቻል የለባቸው። ስለዚህ አሁን ልብ አድርጉ። ኤ እና ቢ እኩል መሆን የለባቸውም ማለት በሌላ አነጋገር ሁለት ሴቶች እኩል ከሆኑ አንዱ ለአንደኛው ምን መሆን አይችልም ማለት ፕሮፐር ሰብሴት መሆን አይችልም። so a set cannot be a proper subset of what itself ወደሚለው ይወስደናል ማለት ነው። good so A is a proper subset A is not a proper subset of B but B is automatically a proper subset of what? A ነው ማለት ነው። okay now so let's see facts related to this that means always true in this based on the definition of proper subset የproper subset definition ቤዝ አድርገን always true የሆኑ ፋክቶች look as a note as a fact አንደኛ every set cannot be a proper subset of itself. Any set cannot be a proper subset of what? Itself. Any set cannot be a proper subset of itself. ለራሱ proper subset መሆን አይችልም. Why? Because to be a proper subset, the second criteria is that the two sets should never be equal. Okay, because every set is equal with itself. The second fact is that so any set cannot be a proper subset of what? Itself. Second, if you remember, in the case of subset, implicit set is a subset of every set ብለናል። ስለዚህ ምን እንላለን? implicit set ለራሱ proper subset መሆን ስለማይችል ልባርጉ implicit ለራሱ subset መሆን ይችላል። proper subset ግን መሆን አይችልም። so ምን እንላለን? empty set is a proper subset of every other set. Empty set is a proper subset of every other set. Empty set is a proper subset of every other set. ሌላ ግን መሆን ይችላል፣ ለራሱ መሆን ግን አይችልም። empty set is a proper subset of every other set. If you remember in the case of subsets, ምን ብለናል? The number of subsets of a given set is given by to the power of n ብለናል። If the number of elements of a given set A is n, then its number of proper subsets is given by to the power of n ብለናል። አሁን ልባሩ directly to the power of n አንወስድም። Why? Because every set is a subset of itself. But in the case of proper subset, since any set cannot be a proper subset of itself, ስለዚህ proper subsetዎችን ስናወጣ ምን እንቀንሳለን? ራሱን እንቀንሰዋለን። ምክንያቱም አንድ ሴት ለራሱ ምን መሆን ስለማይችል proper subset መሆን ስለማይችል. So the number of if number of elements of set A is n, if number of elements of set A is n, then its proper subset is what? The number of proper subset is proper subset. Number of proper subset is given by what? To the power of n minus 1. To the power of n minus 1. Why minus 1? Because a set cannot be a proper subset of what? Itself. And set ለራሱ proper subset መሆን ስለማይችል አንዷን እናረጋታለን እንቀንሳታለን። Okay? So, አሁን ባጭሩ proper subset ማለት given to sets A and B, A is said to be a proper subset of B if አንደኛ if every element of A are in B, ሁለተኛ A and B are not equal. Then facts which are always true related to proper subsets. Any set cannot be a proper subset of itself. Implicit is a proper subset of every other set. And number of proper subsets is equal to the power of n minus 1 provided n is the number of elements of a given set A ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህኛው አንድ ኤግዛምፕል እንስራ። Say for example, let set A is equal to, say for example, 3 and 4. then find number of find or list all proper subsets proper subsets. List all the proper subset of a set with element 3 and say for example 4 ብትባሉ አሁን ምንድነው what is number of a? Number of a is 2, so automatically number of proper subsets ስንት ይሆናል ማለት number of proper subsetaችን ስንት ይሆናል ማለት ነው to the power of n minus 1 which is to the power of 2 because our n is 2, okay, so to the power of 2 minus 1, so 4 minus 1, so it is 3. So we have how many proper subsets? 3 proper subsets which are in set. Let's see. Okay, first single element, double, triple. Look, subsets ስንፈልግ የተጠቀምነውን methodology ነው የምንጠቀመው, right? So namely single element is the set containing 3, okay? The set containing 3 brace ያስፈልጋል ብያለሁ ካለው እንኳን ደረው ይወጣል. The set containing 4, okay? Then impute set, because impute set is a proper subset of every other set. Then what? The set itself, we don't write because any set cannot be the proper subset of what? Itself. ስለዚህ ራሱ አይጻፍም እነዚህ ናቸው ማለት ነው. So the proper subsets are these are what? They are what? They are the proper subsets. They are proper subsets of the given set what? Set A ናቸው ማለት ነው. እናንተ ይሄን ስሩ. Example to let set B is given by say for example impute set, the set containing 1 and 3. So find all subsets and what? Subsets and proper subsets. Proper subsets. Find all subsets and proper subsets for this set. Okay? ሰርቶ ኮሜንት ቦክስ ላይ ያስቀመጠ ሰው ሽልማት አለው። ባለፈ ማን ጥያቄ ሰጥቻለሁ። ይሄኛውን ሁለቱንም ኤግዛክትሊ የሰራ ሰው ሽልማት ስላለው ስሩት። እንደዚህ ልክ ስንጨርስ የመጽሐፋችሁ ኤክሰርሳይዝ ከተለያየ ነገር ከፈተና ከብሔራዊ ፈተና እያመጣን ኤክሰርሳይዞችን እንሰራለን። good